You may be seated, brothers and sisters. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and Merciful, to whom all praise is due, the Lord of all the worlds, and I forever thank Him for our leader and teacher, Messenger Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessings of Allah rest upon him. I thank Allah for you being present today, as many as it is. I thank Allah for those that wanted to come and couldn't get here. I thank Allah for those that don't want to come and can get here.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
I thank Allah for all black people.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
That's
Right.
I don't know how to thank Him for the devils, but they was made so that we can prove to the world that we are God.
That's right.
That is why He's made, to prove the God's power, to let you and me rest here in the 40, 50 snakes until that He have got rid of them. And the day has come that He's getting rid of the snakes.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You don't have to worry about what's going to happen. Just think about, I pray that I don't be caught up in the storm.
That's right.
We today as people living in a critical condition, living in a world among people that God said He would give nations for you, and we're still living among them today. According to His words, He said that the day is coming that we will drive them all into one place, and there we shall pour fire on them.
Yes, sir.
And that day is being ushered in now.
Yes, sir.
That's real good.
It's coming to you in such a manner just like He said it would come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
50 years ago, if somebody had said, you got to wait this long, you Muslims, whom a lot of us thought that it would be the next morning,
Right. Yes.
plenty of them who waited, still living. If they was in that time, they was children, they are great grandparents now. But the main thing is if they left, they didn't leave the earth, but when they left life, breathing the atmospheres, when they left it, when the atmosphere stopped pumping through his lungs, those people today, if they were here, they would bear witness with you and I that Master Farad Muhammad spoke of this day, and he told us just where it would start.
Yes, sir.
And today it started right where he said it would start.
Yes, sir.
That's why the God and the messengers that came from God always have a witness bearer to bear witness that what God said is true.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir.
A man today living and believing that someday another man is coming to free us from the hands of this cruel taskmaster that we have been under for 400 years, he is wrong. No other man is coming to us. Master Farad Muhammad, whom Messenger Elijah Muhammad preached until he passed away from this life, that Master Farad Muhammad was God in person.
Right.
He preached that until the last breath left him.
That's right, brother.
We won't see Messenger Elijah Muhammad coming back to teach us again, because he preached and he taught us that when a man is dead, he don't come back,
Yes.
and you don't see him anymore in heaven or in hell.
That's right, brother.
Messenger Elijah Muhammad taught that. I have searched it like he told me to do. He said to me, brother, what I teach you, if you think I'm wrong, go and search for it. I didn't think he was wrong, but I went and searched for it anyway. I knew he was right. But I did that because of so many people who I would meet someday would never believe that when they're dead, that they would go up to heaven or go to hell. I would like to challenge, or somebody challenge me on the messenger coming back, which I do have one challenge. He won't challenge you after I get through with him.
That's right. Yes, sir.
I'm waiting on the time to answer his question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to call together every person that believes Messenger Elijah Muhammad will return.
That's right.
People want me to tell them what Messenger Elijah Muhammad told me and didn't tell others.
Right. That's right.
He told me plenty of things that he did not mention to other people.
That's right.
The same as you probably would tell me things, and you say, I said this to you because I know you're not going to tell it.
That's right.
Then I let it go in one ear and come out the other one. I'll forget about it,
That's right.
and I'm not going to tell anybody about it. It is written in the Holy Quran, says, he that goeth down into the grave, you cannot make him hear.
That's right.
That's the way it talks. You cannot make a person hear in the grave. If you can't make him hear in the grave, why do you look for God to call him back?
Right.
I hear some people, I want to talk this a little bit with you. I didn't come to teach you anything. I just want to talk to you. I hear some people say that Master Farad said if he could get to a man in 24 hours, before 24 hours is up, after he's dead, he can save him.
He's dead.
I would like for one to challenge me on it.
Yes, sir.
He's a very poor God if he got to wait 24 hours, ain't it?
That's right.
If 24 hours pass, he can't do it. That's what I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
In 24 hours, he can save him. He saved every one of us
That's right.
by us having a book called Eat to Live.
That's right. That's right.
The Bible and the Quran both tells us, what man is it that shall live forever?
Right. That's right.
You don't find that man that's going to live forever.
That's right.
Even to words of prophecy, Jesus said to his disciples, how ought you, or do you, believe all that the prophets have said? He challenged his disciples, and they were so foolish they couldn't answer him not one word. Asking them, you believe all that the prophets said? All right, here people say, yeah, I believe all the prophet says. I don't. I believe he's the prophet when God is talking to him. Now, when God is not talking to him, no, I don't know how to believe you now. You might get wavy.
That's right.
Listen.
If God can save a man, I dropped that little message to you. If God can save a man and after 24 hours he cannot save him, and he made the man,
Right.
he was his first creation, and according to what the messenger taught me, he says that man is a very easy something to make.
That's right.
That's right.
And I think you can bear witness to that.
That's right.
Very easy to make.
Right.
If he was a hard something to eat, to make, then why Did when he made the couple and he seen that man should not be alone, why did he give him one that was different from him?
Right.
He gave him one that was different from him so that he can make one just like him.
That's right.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yeah, I know it's right. All praises to Allah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So he made both of them. The pair he made first, he made them both. We say in Adam that he taken a rib from Adam and made our mate.
Go ahead, teach.
No, he did not do that. Pull up your shirt tail and see where he taking that rib out from.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All praises due Allah. According to the Holy Quran, it says that he made or create the first people. When he created them, he made man, made male and female. Some people want to argue with you, I come first. You don't know which one come first. God didn't tell you which one come first. I'm talking about the Quran.
Right.
The Bible says that the woman came second, right?
That's right.
He was not talking about you, black woman.
That's right.
He's talking about the devil woman came second. All praises due Allah. Now people wants to jump up and say that you're going to rise from the dead.
Right.
If God got enough power to make a man from nothing,
Right.
bring you forth from nothing, look at what the Quran says. Let us look at something here. One says that he create man from mud, black mud, fashioned him in shape, right?
Yes, sir.
Another one says that he create man from sperm, right?
Right.
Where is it at? It's in the back of a man,
That's right.
between his ribs.
That's right.
So now who was the first one? The first one, when he came forward, he came out looking like that he came out from.
That's right.
Now this Adam, when they come about, which is the devil, did they come out looking like that? No, he didn't come out looking that way. Why?
Right.
We ought to talk to some of these folks, you know it?
Yes, sir.
Why? He come from black. Now he don't look like that he come out from. But when we get to the original man, the original man, the Asian man, when we get to him, he came out of darkness just like the devil come out of darkness, right?
Right.
But the devil can't bring a black one out from there looking like that.
That's right. That's right.
He got to be what he is. Why? Because he taken all the essence of the black man out from this white man, out from the black man that he was grafting from. All of them passed away. And as they passed away, he left with them a total different man. Now this man cannot get anything look like you.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Though he come from triple darkness just like you. But you can bring from triple darkness another devil if you want to. All of these things should be known among our people. Listen what the messenger says in this little writing here that I read all the time. I'm going to read just one part, little few words. He says, lighter colors come under light conditions or through grafting. But the first life came out of darkness, therefore having the color of that which he was created from, out of darkness. People says God made light, right? He created first the light. Well, he got tired, the messenger told me. He says he got tired of being in the darkness. He said, even to you, brother, I don't think I went this far with you before. Even to you, you walked in the space of darkness 35,000 years before that you came out of the darkness.
Yes, sir.
Why are you so quiet now?
Rest and wisdom.
That comes about. The 35,000 years that he says represent something else too. Because before the departure of our moon, our circumference was 35,000 miles.
Right.
So you had to come out of something that would equal yourself all the time. So since this darkness that you came from, where was this darkness before God, or was it before God? You said he created the light. What about the darkness? The messenger said you look like that you came out from. Now who created the darkness? If he got to make a light. The messenger said to me, he says, the light was him living in this place of darkness that he had created himself so that his color would come about.
Yes, sir.
He wanted black. And he being in this dark place trillions of years, Now he's tired of it. I'm going to take from my own self, as the messenger says, as you have heard, that he was an atom of light, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's going to take from himself now and make himself complete into light. Then when he comes to complete himself into light, then he's going to ask for light. Excuse me. That's water.
That's right. Cold.
Not old father's cold.
Yes, sir.
You know, I like to have a little fun. You know, if you're going to have no fun, no time. We know how we used to make whiskey.
That's right.
Some of them make it now.
That's right.
Right. So the God wanted him a universe of light because he's tired of this universe of darkness. And he's the only light in there. When that light come about, I never heard the messenger say anything about when that atom of light came into the darkness. He never told nobody that. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
He never told nobody that. Don't let a jackass tell you he said so either. Excuse me from saying it like that. So when he wanted the light, the messenger said, he said to the sun, come on out here, son. And the sun couldn't stay back. She rolled out shining. And she stopped in the center of this darkness and lit up a universe. That sun. Because the God is speaking to it. He didn't say it like that, the messenger. He straightened it out with me. He didn't say it like that. He says, brother, he said it just like the Quran said. Be. And there it was. It couldn't refuse. It had to obey because my maker is talking to me. My creator is talking to me.
That's right.
The God of the whole universe. The God of the living, the God of the dead, the God of everything that is being created. He is talking to me. I got to get out of here.
That's right.
I got to go out there and do some shining. Oh, praise is due unto him. He said, and when he seen it, he said, brother, read the Bible and see what he said when he made that sun come out. He said he saw that it was good, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
That's what the Bible says.
Yes, sir.
It was good. Then what did he say? I believe I'll make another one. Come on out here, moon. And it came out. 66 trillion years ago. One of the scientists departed the moon from our planet Earth. All right, he saw that. What did he say? That was good, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's what Bible, I'm going by what Bible's saying now.
Yes, sir.
That was good. And he looked around in the universe, I need some more light. Come on out here, star.
Yes, sir.
Here they come. He's saying be. And here come stars out. Stars are light.
That's right.
He said, well, says, think I want me some more people around here. Come on out here, Platoon, you and Satchel and all of you other fellows. Come on out here. I want y'all to be inhabiting planets.
Yes, sir.
I want you out here because people's going to live on you. They can't live on the moon and on the sun. But they can live on you. And I'll call them heavens. And they didn't stay back.
Right.
Here come one out there with a ring around him, Saturn. Different from all the rest of them. Here he come creeping on out there. He stops. Didn't stop, brother, excuse me. He starts. He was rotating around the sun. The sun caught it. Time to come out there, that big ball of fire, 853,000 miles in diameter. Caught it. You ain't going nowhere, Saturn.
Right.
You're going to go all the way around me. I'm going to hold you in your circle so that nobody else can move you. Not even the people that live on you can move you. My Creator told me, come out here. He looked and he seen far away planets. The farthest planet that we have is Pluto, you say, right? But that planet is not named Pluto. The devil said Pluto. And he only discovered it in 1930 on the 4th day of July, right?
Right. Teach, David. Go ahead, teach.
Planet Pluto. Master Farad said, nope, not Pluto, it's Platoon. Why he named it Platoon? And being discovered in 1930.
Yes, sir.
What do you have in an army? A platoon of men?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Right.
Right.
What is that today? They are looking for men to fight a battle, right?
Right.
And the God of the universe said that you and I don't have to do nothing, right?
Yes, sir.
All we have to do is to unite ourselves together. And the prophets of the Bible said that he made men to die for you.
Right.
Fight your battle. What have you got to fight with? Come on, Platoon.
Right.
You can't fight man. Look what the Eastern people is calling for today. They are not calling for just us to fight. They are saying holy war.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what Master Farad told us in 1930. He said it would be named the Holy War. Why you say Holy War? Is because that in this war you can choose whatever side you want to choose from.
Right.
Can't nobody say nothing to you.
That's right.
Right.
They haven't asked you to go to war yet, have they? No.
Yes, sir.
You choose whatever you want to. Those people there is doing just what Master Farad Muhammad say they would do and what the prophets, even of the Bible of the Revelation, said they would do.
That's right.
Right.
He would gather them into a valley called Abaddon, right?
Right. Go ahead, teach.
And in that calling of it, he would plead with them first there, right?
Right. Go ahead, teach books, Freeman.
What is they doing now?
Go ahead, teach.
Pleading with them, right?
Go ahead, teach.
Oh, yeah.
Then Master Farad said we're going to push them all into Europe.
Right. Go ahead, teach.
And there we're going to rain fire on them like we did Sodom and Gomorrah.
Go ahead. And take care of it. Yes. Get rid of it.
But our people don't believe it.
That's right.
All right.
Abaddon is a word for Armageddon. When you is using that word. And that is the place where where they say that when Jesus died, he went into hell, right?
Right.
And he conquered a man named Apollyon, right?
Right.
When he conquered him, then he rose on the third day, right?
That's right. Go ahead, Freeman.
The messenger said a day can be 100 years.
Right.
But it won't be 100 years like this, though,
Right.
because the time has expired. So, brothers and sisters, I'm glad and happy that you are here today. I would say to you, go, stay with your own people.
That's right.
That's it.
Go to your own people.
That's right.
It doesn't make any difference where you want to go. That's up to you. But I tell you what the messenger says and what Bible and Quran say. He says, where my name is at, the temples that bears my name, there where I will come.
That's it. That's right.
Many people takes Muhammad off in that temple, right?
Right.
That's the name of the God that he came to us in. Now, if he don't go where his name is at, why should he go where his name is not at? When you go to your address at home, you ain't looking for somebody else's address. When you get in the city, you looking for home.
That's right.
I didn't have this kind of a talk for you today. I was looking for something else. It was something else that I was going to do today. But I want to let you know how truthful and how good the messenger has been to us. Listen at this little pamphlet. What did I read so much to you? The last part of it. It says, go to the temples of Islam that are following me, Elijah Muhammad, and join. Put your name on the register there and not on the register of the church, which is ruled and owned by the white people. Don't go there. Because the preacher in the church has declared that their place would be destroyed by God himself. When they said that the judgment would start at the house of God, right? They preached that. Judgment would start at the house of God. Why God want to start a judgment in his house? Why not start the judgment in the house of the wicked? Then that shows that that church is wrong. Why not start with the people who is his people? The Bible tells us that God said that all people was not his people.
Right.
And if all people is not his people, then some of those people is the people of the devil.
Right.
And if they are the people of the devil, then we got a truthful identity from the Quran when it says to Iblis, why you didn't fall down and wash up Adam when I command you to do so? No, he says, I cannot wash him up. I was made of fire while he was made of the dust. You brought him from the earth. I came from fire. Look at some of the words that were said this morning. By the president. One part of the East he wanted to be partners with.
Right.
That's right.
That's
Right.
The other part of the East he wants to destroy.
right.
But they ain't gonna go for that.
That's right.
They know his tricks.
That's right.
That's right.
If I join with you on to destroy this part of my people, you're going to do the same thing to me after they are destroyed. They knows that.
Go ahead.
I ain't going to trick them. Yeah. So we know now that if they are trying to plead with one, and the others is trying to plead with the devil. They must know and understand a question that is spoken in one of our lessons. Why did we let Christopher Columbus discover the pole part of the earth?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Supreme.
That's right.
We did not care about the pole part.
That's right.
So Christopher Columbus and his people, they lived in Europe.
Go ahead.
And we don't care anything about Europe.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
We pushed them into Europe for them to die there.
Right.
So since they didn't die in Europe, we'll pull them back to Europe and we'll pour fire on them there. And that would get rid of them.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Good, good. That's good. Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir. Oh, yes. That's right. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful.
Look at another part of this, what the messenger is saying here. He says in this paragraph, he says, here you have the divine teaching that white came out of black. As you know, you cannot take black out of white. It is impossible. The white people, the devils, because they were made devils,
That's right.
were not to live and rule forever. Their time was limited to 6,000 years, which end in 1914.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Now what shall we do? Since it ended in 1914, and we still find that we cannot live with him in peace,
Right.
That's right.
then let us look and see what else does he say in lesson number 2.
Yes.
Why will any Muslim murder the devil?
Yes, sir.
That's what he said.
Because he is a snake. He will not keep and obey the laws of Islam. And he's showing you that today, isn't he? So now what must be done? He must be murdered.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, praises is due Allah.
That's right.
He must be murdered.
That's the way.
You hear a lot of people say, yeah, God gonna kill the devil. The messenger wrote it, how he was gonna kill the devil.
Right.
He said, it's in the Revelation saying that hell and the devil both would be cast into a lake of fire, right? Look at what it is saying. Hell, and the devil, both of them going to be cast into a lake of fire. Now, where is that lake of fire that you're going to cast hell into?
Where's friend? No, sir. No, sir. Tell it to him now.
Keep your ears open there.
Where's friend? Wide open.
When he came to North America, he said to us that this is the hell part of the planet Earth, right? Now, if the devil and hell both going to be cast into a lake of fire, then we got to cast America into the lake of fire, right? The Western Hemisphere that has made us slaves for 400 years.
Yes, sir.
Where the lake? We don't see it. The lake is up there.
Sir.
The lake is named Mother's Plain.
Yes, sir.
That's the lake. When she gets through with this part of the world, destroying it with fire and poison gas, brother and sister, you can't come back here for 1,000 years.
Right. Teach it.
You got to. No, I think it's more than 1,000 years. 3,090 years that she will burn, and then it will take 4,010 years to cool off for you to come back to it. Because all of this poison and stuff that was burnt up and the gas that was here, it got to go someplace. Then you will see hell then. And you would never remember this place anymore. She would be cast into the lake of fire with bombs and poison gas. That's the lake. Ain't no such thing as a lake out there that got fire in it. Only but water. Water got fire in it. In the destructions. In this manner. It is just as terrible as fire is when it is turned loose on you.
Yes, sir.
Turn the water loose. Like it almost was turned loose the other night.
Yes, sir.
And the winds, the thunder, and the lightning. Brother, that will be a hell of a hell that you'd be in when all of that stuff be turned loose on you.
That's right.
Excuse the word. Black American must come together. If you and I would just unite ourselves together, hell wouldn't be pushed into a lake of fire.
Right.
Not America,
That's right.
because this is the place that he said he was going to give to you.
That's right.
And the only way that you can get it is by uniting yourself together.
That's right.
Now he tells us, as the messenger told me one day, he says, you know what he said afterward? He says, let us pray that we don't use Mother's Plain, because it is built to destroy the whole earth, and it can. Because when this is the way she can do it, the surf plains, they can't go back to Mother's Plain. when they come down. They can't go back to it. She's too far away, and in that space that she came through, she had to wait. When she was dropped from mother's plane, she got to wait until that motor hits atmospheres. In time that motor hit the atmospheres here to this planet, then it starts. It starts the motor. That's the starter, I would say. Like the starter in your car. The atmospheres is the starter for those surf planes on mother's plane. That's why they saw it. Because mother's plane got close enough to let the little planes go out and try themselves. That's why Canada saw it. America saw it. Eastern world seen it. That's why they can talk so big. Because they know they got 11 brothers on there.
Yes, sir.
11 brothers, what I'm talking about, is the men that will do this work. And there's always one trained, all the time, that can destroy America. Just like that.
Yes, sir.
What you afraid of, Mr. Bush?
Right?
You spoke something about poison gas this morning, right?
Right.
What are you afraid of them about poison gas? Did they tell you they was going to put poison gas out on you? Scared of them? They has been afraid of the black man of the East ever since they've been in America.
Right. Right.
Because they had Holy Quran and Bible teaching them long before a black man ever heard talk of a Holy Quran.
Right.
Not only reading one, he hadn't had no knowledge of it, none whatsoever. Show me some black folks that had Qurans in their homes previously to 1930. Say from 1930 back, who had a Holy Quran? When lawyers, as one lawyer Willis used to be in Detroit, he said when the messenger was standing before Judge Gordon, he told Judge Gordon, he said, I read the Koran. I read that too, but I didn't know what that even was when I read it. I went to the library and I saw it. And I didn't know what it was, right there on Woodard. I went there. And I couldn't carry it out. This woman wouldn't let me take it out. And a couple of more books there I found wouldn't let me take them out. I sit right in front of her at the desk. She's looking right at me. I'm trying to read, and every time I look up, I saw them snake eyes.
Yes, sir.
So I got as much as I thought I could remember. He said he read the Koran. That's the one that starts with it. It doesn't have any verses like the Holy Quran has. It starts with K-O-R-A-N, I think that's the way it spells. Unlike the Q. But they both mean the same thing. But that is not no real one there. When Master Farad found this one here in America, and brought it to the messenger. He says, Kareem, he says, this is the best one I found here. And he gave it to him. It was just like this one. He gave me this one here, the messenger did, and it's just like the one of his that Master Farad gave to him. It didn't have a back on it when Master Farad gave it to him. He had a back put on it. I was at his house one day. He was living there in Hamtramck on Eamon Street. And he asked me to go home with him. I went. He says, why I want you, on the way home, he says, why I want you to go home with me. He said, I want you to stay with the children until me and Clara go off a piece. We got a little business to take to. I said, that's all right. So I stayed there with them. Well, all his children were small, you know. So I babysit for them till they went and took care of their business. And before he left, I asked him. I said, can I read your Quran while you going? He looked at me. He said, yeah, you can read it, but remember, that's the only one we have. He said, you can read it. He said, but don't you tear not one of them pages. He gave me the law real nicely. And I obeyed too. He said, don't take your finger. Yes, he did. You know what I'm talking about. You know how we do, you know, take our thumb, put it in our mouth to wet it all up, and then turn the page. He told me, he said, don't you do that. He said, you know how to, I said, I know. So I sat there, I read the Quran for a long time. It was dark when they come back from where they went to go. So then he asked me, he said, no, he didn't ask me that when he come back. The next day, I came back, me and Ben Sabakat, and we ate dinner there with the messenger. He said to me, he said, how you like how that book read? It don't read like the Bible, do it? I said, sure don't. He said, how you like it? I said, well, some places do all right. I'm trying to skip here and skip there, you know, because I know they're coming back, you see, and I'm going to try to read as much as I can all the way through it by skipping over. So he said, I says, it don't read like the Bible. He said, no. Then he said to me, he said, you know what, brother? I said, what? He says, I asked you the same question Master Farad asked me. I said, what? He said, yeah. I asked you what he asked me. He asked me how did I like the Quran, which one I like best. I said, what did you tell him? So I told him I like the Bible best. That's what the messenger said. All right, now, why he said that? Because he hadn't learned the Quran as yet. See what I mean? That's why he's telling me to take care of it so that he can study it. Because this is the best that Master Farad found here in America. And then he said, yeah, I told him that. I said, well, what did he say? He said nothing, no, just look at me. He said, he didn't say nothing. He looked at me. It made me shame. He just looked at me. And it looked like to me, he said, looked like to me that he was thinking, say, you big fool, I give you the best book. You just talking about you like the poison book, betting to do this one. So he just looked at him. Well, that's right. When you first read the Quran, and you've been reading the Bible, you like the Bible better. That's right. For one cause. The preacher preached the Bible to you. He didn't never preach this one to you. So now when you read this one, this is a new book here. You would ask the second chapter. I come and I looked at the second chapter in the book. I saw cow. That's the second chapter, ain't it? Cow. I looked at that. And I said, "Oh, I'd like to give it up and stop reading it then, because what book gonna be called the cow?" But I kept on with it. I wrestled around there until they come back. So I told him, I says, "Well," I said, "I like the poison book better for reading." He said, "Yeah." He said, "But you will someday love this book better, and you will hardly be seen with the Bible." And that is a fact today.
Yes, sir.
You hardly see me bring a Bible in here.
That's right.
Of course, I got one. I got one. Right under this thing. To the right. Put him to the left. I got a big one. See it? Red big one. That's Bible. All the Bible. That picture on the front is the transfiguration of Jesus when they saw him talking with Peter and Moses. Elijah and Moses. Elijah and Moses was in the transfiguration when Jesus was, after he had made himself in that form. And it was Peter that said, "Let us build 3 tabernacles. One for Moses, one for Elijah, and one for thee." And that's on the outside. So you don't know who them 3 people was. Maybe I'll teach it to you someday.
Yes, sir.
Who them 3 was. Them 3, to build them 3 tabernacles. He taught me good. Every chance he got. Even riding or walking, the messenger would pump something in my head. We was going to get a film for his movie there in the house one day on Saturday evening, and a devil drunk walked in front of his car while he was driving, and he stopped at the light. He could have made it through if the devil hadn't stepped out in front of him. He said to me, he said, "See that man?" I said, "Yes, sir." He says, "That is the man that is spoken of, the man of sin." So that's the real man of sin that you see there. He said, "Cause a lot of men is a man of sin." He said, "But that one there is the real one, because he is a devil and he cannot be changed. So he's the man of sin. Can't change him." He said, "You think you'd ever change one of them, brother?" I said, "With a sword." Well, I answered that question correct. He would do that to me and him a lot of times. He started me to asking him questions a long time ago while he would be driving because I was kind of scared riding with him. He looked like it worried him in driving, you know. If you would ride with him the first time, you wouldn't want to ride no more soon. And he believed in stepping on the gas too. Yes, sir, brother. He believed in stepping on the gas, I said. He liked to race with guys that when the red lights first come out, you know, he had that little Model A Ford. That devil was standing over there, they were looking at each other. So he told me, he want to race. Yeah, he thinks he can beat me. When this light changed, he thinks he can beat me getting off. He said, but he ain't gonna beat me. Said to myself, man, I don't want to ride with you racing. He beat him. He beat the devil when he come back, when he caught up with him at the next light. And he caught up with him, throwed his hand up at the messenger. The messenger pulled him back in. Said to myself, you'll never catch me doing that. Yeah. See, all of these things learns you things. Teaches you it. Master Farad Muhammad in driving his car, he believed in stepping on the gas. Am I right, Brother Johnny? Right. He believed in stepping on the gas. He said, if you got gas in your tank, burn it. Well, I didn't mind riding with him so much. Only one night, I'm fixing to stop talking to you when you see me like this. Only one night, me and my brother John was out to the messenger's house. It was cold that night. And I told John, I said, let's wait till he leaves. He'd probably take us home. Ain't nobody here but me and you. And say he'd probably take us home. Well, we know that he would do so, you know. So John said, okay. So we wait. So we fool around in the kitchen, man, back and forward, talking and whatnot, waiting on them. So when he got ready to leave, he asked us, he said, you got a way to go home, brothers? He said, well, unless we catch the streetcar, you know, like that. You know, we didn't want to tell him we didn't have a way, you know, because the streetcar was out there running. And, well, we didn't have streetcar fare, but we could have got it from the messenger to go home, you know. And so, it wasn't the 6 cents. Car fare wasn't the 6 cents. Saying, you didn't have that? Sure didn't. And I was not by myself. Plenty more. Men have walked the temple from Hamtramck in the cold weather, didn't have 6 cents. And walked from Hamtramck to 3408 Eastern Street. Sweat running down on him when he got there. Plenty of time in the summertime when it was warm. You see Muslims coming down the street, families of them. Where did these come from? Some say on Gillette Street, out in Hamtramck. Yes, sir. Didn't have car fare. A family went home one night, and they felt that they should ride free. You know, just like some of our people will do because they was Muslims, you know. They let them ride. They rode. When they went to buy the box to pay, they didn't go buy the box not until they got ready to get off. That was on the kind of a streetcar that had the box in the middle of the car. So when you got off, you had to pay your fare. Or if you go by it when you got off, getting on it, you had to pay your fare. Don't pass this man without paying your fare. So they sit down. When they got to the ring out for the stopping place, then all of them got up to go out. And the guy told them, said, when they got to the last one, the conductor thinking that the last man gonna pay the fare. And the others down on the street. So, so the last brother got off. He passed by him too, and the conductor said, wait a minute, who gonna pay the fare? He said, we ain't got no money. We Muslims, we ain't got no money. Conductor said, I don't care who you is. He said, you got to pay your fare. He said, but we ain't got no money. He said, well, go ahead on. He couldn't hold up the streetcar, you see, because he couldn't hold them. And so they came to the temple. Well, I turned the words in to the messenger concerning them, and he told them, he told them, he said, don't do that way. He says, if you don't have money, said the brothers that do have a car, they'll take you home, like that. I'll come and get you. He said, don't do like that just because you're a Muslim. Said that makes it bad on the Muslims. Yeah. We tried our God, don't worry. Don't worry, we tried it. We tried a lot worse and more than any Christian ever took the chance of trying their Christian God. That's right. Yeah, I heard you. You said that's right. That's right. And he proved to be it.
Yes, sir.
Now I'll tell you this one, then I'm going to finish. My second teacher's meeting with Master Farad was down on Hendrick Street at Kalat's house, my brother Kalat. He sent for me to come to teacher's meeting. And I was the only teacher at that time. So I had my briefcase, and it was full of books. Some I used and some I didn't, because I wanted people to think that I was a big man. I got a great big briefcase. Maybe sometime I'd have one book and that I was going to teach out of. And I got a gang of them. Judge Rutherford books in there, everything that I could put in that briefcase to make it, full. So that night, after he got through talking with me and everything, asking me this and he telling me this and that about the school and what I must do and everything, he says, it's pretty late. It was about 1:30 then. He says, now you don't have far to go. I didn't have very far to go home. He said, no, you might meet the devils. They used to call the devils, as they wrote, what they called at that time the flying squad. You remember them?
Yes, sir.
Flying squad. You call them the big four now.
That's right.
But it was the big five then. 5 of them be in it. Ma'am?
They call them the blue pigs now.
The blue pigs? Yeah, I did hear somebody say that before, right? Well, that's the right name, right?
That's right.
Or just say the 4 pigs. That's the right name. Anyway, he said to me, he says, if they stop you, they might ask you your name. My name was not John Muhammad then. My name was Muhammad Sharif, Mahmoud Sharif. which we would always would call Muhammad. So I got out because I wanted to go home anyway. I was tired all day, schools and what, and then up to 1 o'clock. I was tired. I bidded him with peace, and I left. And after he had told me what to do, he says, if they want to look in your briefcase, he says, let them look. You ain't got nothing in there but books. He says, let them look. He says, because if you try to challenge them at the night, he said they might do something to you. I said, well, maybe I won't meet now. And he said, well, I'm telling you what to do. So enough. About 2 blocks from the house on Shane Street, they pulled up beside me. Hey, boy, come here. I had my briefcase in my hand. I did just what Master Farad had told me to do. He says, where you going? Going home. Where you live? On Du Bois. What's the address? 4182 Du Bois. What you got in your briefcase? Books. Where you coming from? I says, from a teacher's meeting. You teach school? Yes, sir. Oh, I honored them, I'm doing what Master Farad tell me to do.
Yes, sir.
I said, yes, sir. What's your name? I says, Muhammad Sharif. What? I said, Muhammad Sharif. So one in the back, I was talking to the one that said in the front to the driver. One of them in the back, they went to laughing. He said, mucky mud. He just making mockery, of what I said. So I didn't pay him no attention. And he said, you sure them books in your briefcase? I said, yes, sir. He said, all right, don't let us stop you. Go on home. Thank you, sir. I went on home. And I had passed by them another time at night. They didn't bother me. See, I did what Master Farad told me to do.
Yes, sir.
And the devil respect that.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what I say to you.
That's right.
Now I bring the messenger into on something like that. He told me when I had temple down in Mansfield, I think it was, down in Mansfield, Ohio. He asked me one day, he said, what did you teach Sunday? I told him, I talked about the devils. So I get some part of Yaqub history of the devils. He said, yeah. I said, yes, sir. He said, I want to tell you something. I said, what is it? He said, you don't have to call them devils now. He said, they mad. He said, the devils is mad. He said, you don't have to call them devils now. He said, I have made all of them to know that there is nothing but a race of devils. Well, you can read it all through his book, right? All right, well, he told me that. He says, because they are mad and they will set traps for you
That's right.
by your own people to kill you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He says, they know that they devils now, all of them. He said, babies and all knows they devils now. He says, I have fixed everything. I said, thank you, sir. I said, but sometimes look like I just can't help it. He said, I know. He said, but what I'm talking about is you being in a strange little town, and your own people will go back and turn you up to white people And they'll tell you, them black people that don't like you, don't like Islam, they will say to them, why didn't you run him out of the town then if you didn't want him down there? And when he come back, he got that for his going. Now, if he do something other to me, then the devil gonna put him in the jail. He don't know that. He thinking that he can do that. So the messenger says, when you get through teaching people, he said, you tell them that when you leave here, do nothing unto no one that you would not have done unto yourself. He said, treat even the devil right. Well, that's what Master Farad was teaching me that night about the devils in the police car. So if you're guided wrong, you'll go wrong. And if you try to put your 2 cents in, you still will go wrong. Leave your 2 cents out, spend it tomorrow. So take the advice of this one that is leading you.
Yes, sir.
And then you conquer all the time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can do a lot with the devils by not being rough with him sometimes, especially when you're going to get something. Now, well, I ain't telling you now that if he hits you, you turn one cheek and he smack you over here. Okay, I got to do good to you. No, he hits you on that side, you knock the hell out of him on the other side.
That's right.
Don't do it. But you can stay away from that if you use a good judgment. You use a good judgment, you won't have to be bothered with them, and they won't bother you. See, he's like a grafted snake. A grafted snake will bite you without warning. And he's got dog in him, and a dog don't like for you to look him in the eye.
That's right.
You start looking a dog in the eye, he's going to ask you, what's wrong with you? Drop his head. Oh.
That's right.
Look back at you again. Because that's a dog. Well, that's a snake. That will bite you. The rattler is an original snake. He warns you. Tail up there, just a rattler. Don't come here. This is my house. Yeah, you stay away. And you better stay away too.
That's right.
So my dear beloved brothers and sisters, the Islam that Master Farad brought to us and the teachings by his messenger is pure.
Yes, sir.
It's good for you. It will cause you to live in happiness. And if you disobey it, you live in hell.
That's right.
So the best thing to do, obey it. There is many things today that goes on. And the devil's got them people to trick you. I don't know if you ever heard this or not. Let's see if I got time to say it. This is, I got 3 minutes after 4. About 5 minutes I can say it. Did you ever know this brother by the name of Joe Tex?
Yes, sir.
He became a minister for the messenger, you remember? I don't know how true it is, but some of it I believe was true. About the devil having women for black people. Don't you bother with them, brothers. Leaving devil women alone and devil men, sisters. Leave them alone. I'm going to tell you something.
That's right.
He make them people in that form. He, from childhood, he puts poison in their mouth. And when you kiss one, you get that poison. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
And the messenger told Joe Tex that. Joe Tex preached it down in Columbus, and I had my son down in Columbus. He preached that. I believe that is true for one common cause. When that, he said that the last trick to be played on the black man would be his woman.
Yes, sir.
And man.
Yes, sir.
It does something to you. The poison will kill you. Don't kiss none of them, for God's sake. Keep your mouth away from their mouth. They are made with that poison in them. They can live with that poison in them. But in you, it can kill you. And well, there was something else that he was mentioned about the money proposition, that you wouldn't have to worry, you wouldn't, the day was coming that you wouldn't use this money. Well, we know that because the Master Farad had told us that. But we didn't know just what would take place. But he claimed that Messenger told him that, well, I say it, but I say it to you, but don't teach it. He taught it, but I say don't teach it. That you will have gold, and it will be in $40 pieces. It will be in $40 pieces, be pure gold. So don't teach that to people. Because I got that from him, and I don't know. I do know this concerning the gold, that we would have plenty gold and homes to live in worth $17 million, one home. You will have gold all through it. But you got to live to get that. That will come about in your lifetime, not in the life after death. You can't live in them homes like that.
Right.
After death. You will wear your gold slippers. He had a pair of gold slippers, the messenger did. He had a pair. It's not gold that's solid. You can bend it. They are not gold. I've seen it. It's not a gold that you can like you somebody, like the Dutchman wear wooden shoes, you know. It's not like that. It's the threads that's made, and it's made with pure gold threads, and pure gold can bend like you can bend aluminum.
That's right.
And when you put on the shoe, you can walk with it in ease. It's a slipper. We call slippers, you know, the low cuts. I saw it. He said, I'm going to show one day in his room. He said, I'm going to show you something, son. He said, oh, excuse me from saying son. He said, I got so many sons around here until I call you. I said, that's all right. You always did make a mistake and call me son. That's okay. Go ahead and show me what you're going to show me. I'm going to see it. So he showed them to me. Gold slippers. They was given to him by one of the kings. Well, I think I told you enough. May Allah bless you to get some gold slippers, because
That's right.
but you got to work now to get them.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
You got to work to get them, because somebody got to make them, and we don't wear the same size.
That's right.
That's it.
May Allah bless you. Take care of you. Give you a peaceful night's rest. Happy morning rise. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir.